Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to show you how to make my grandma's molasses cookies. I did her peanut butter cookies and now I'm going to do her molasses cookies. This is another beloved recipe I have from this notebook that she left behind for me. God bless Grandma. And I want to show you how to make these. Thank you for clicking on my video. I hope you enjoy and I hope you like these cookies just as much as me and the family has throughout all of these years. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into it. Okay, I have got my bowl set out. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our coveted recipe to the side and get started on our ingredients. First to go is 3/4 of a cup of shortening. Use shortening or Crisco. I like to use butter flavored Crisco in mine, but I have some shortening right here. And we're going to go ahead and add it into the bowl. Grandma always melted hers, but I prefer to just mix it and the sugar together. I feel like it gives them a bit of a fluffier texture. Now we're going to add in a cup of sugar to this. You're going to grab a balloon whisk and whisk away until we got a nice fluffy texture. We want our shortening and our sugar to kind of look like that. Just nice and incorporated. You also want to add in 1/4 a cup of molasses. Now I have sorghum right here. You can either use molasses or sorghum. It is completely up to you. Molasses has a stronger flavor, while sorghum is a little bit more milder and tangier, if you want to know the difference. I love them both. Just pour it in here, 1/4 of a cup. My grandma always did both of them. Just like that. And to that, we are going to add in 1 egg. Now just kind of take your spatula or balloon whisk, I have a spatula, and mix it up. Now if you were using molasses, this would be a lot darker. But I'm a little out of molasses at the moment. So just like I said, you can use sorghum or molasses, either one. It's awesome in this cookie. Now we're going to add in here a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and 2 cups of flour. Now we are going to mix all of this together. Just kind of fold it over until it's decently incorporated, just like this. And I will go grab my sheet of parchment paper, and I'm also going to grab a plate with some sugar, because we are going to dip them in the sugar before we put them in the oven. And if you haven't done it already, make sure to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Alright, I'm going to put this to the side. I've got a nice piece of parchment paper. And I have the plate that I was telling you about. I covered it in a layer of sugar. That's probably a bit too much, I'm not sure. But it'll be okay. There we go. Now we can get started. I'm going to grab myself over a tablespoon of cookie, kind of roll it up in my hands, and smush it in the sugar. Just like that. Flip it over to the other side, give it a little light press. We have coated our cookie, and now we are going to put it on our parchment paper. And we are going to repeat that for however much dough you have. So grab about over a tablespoon of cookie dough, squish it, flip it, give it another squish, and put it on your parchment paper. And for the oven, you want to bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 15 minutes until they look nice and have a nice sort of brownish edge on them. So go ahead and do that. I will of course show you what they look like out of the oven. And I'm going to keep going until I run out of cookie dough. Give it a nice press, and I'm going to show you our finished results. Alright, you guys, we have gotten done with our cookies, and they are looking wonderful. They are not the most beautiful cookies in the world, but they are to me, because they came from my grandmama. In true grandmother fashion, of course. It's not the looks that matter, it's the flavor. I always live by that. That's my golden rule. Looks, flavor, 100%. Looks don't matter, flavor does. I hope you got that. I kind of broke this cookie a little bit, but you will end up with this nice, crisp, flat cookie. My grandma loved making these flat cookies. This is why I don't like microwaving the shortening, because they will become more flat. Now, if you don't want cookies as flat as mine, you can always stick yours in the refrigerator for about an hour, and they will hold more of their shape. But I hope you liked my video. Thank you for watching. I hope you like and subscribe. That would be awesome. And Grandma would appreciate it too. She's no longer with us, but she had a little piece of her survives with her recipes. That's why I always love to make them from her little book. Thank you for watching again. I can't say that enough. Keep an eye out for more content just like this. Thank you for watching one more time. I can't help it. And I'll see you in the next one. God bless.